morning, world. I have 15 minutes with you guys. 15 minutes. Well, technically speaking, I have 15. Today is what? Tuesday, April 24th. 27th. Somebody hit me. Today is April 27th, 2021. Tuesday. Just another day. As you can see, the skies are very, very clear, but the weather is not. It has a chill to it. It's not as nice, or it's not as warm as it looks. It is a chill to it. Feel me? It's a little bit of breeziness to it. You know what I mean? It's not as cold neither, but it's not. I mean, it's California weather. When it gets that hot, I realized that coming here, it gets so hot that a little bit of cold exacerbate the feeling itself. Compared to where I'm from, like New York City, like this kind of weather is beautiful. You actually feel warm in this kind of weather. But in California, it gets so hot that this kind of weather actually feels kind of chill a little bit. You feel me? So I understand the difference. I'm still very new to the concept of the heat that is here. Although I was raised in Africa, I was used to the extreme heat, but I've been removed from that kind of heat for a very long time being in New York City. So feeling a zap of it in California is refreshing at the same time. Feel me? So it is what it is. This is the weather report. That's just my little weather report. Yeah, niggas is tripping. Reading my updates, feel me? Today is today, man. You feel me? It's been crazy all day. Trying to set you up and everything else like that. You know how shit go. You know how shit go. But I think I'm gonna create a new channel for Narcissist and have my regular channel like this, where I only talk about my experience on how I dealt with narcissists. You know what I mean? Just speaking on the things that I've endured over the years and trying to put a label on a description of these things that I've endured over the years. You feel me? So I think that's a good. Oh, I already have 2 channels already, so I'm gonna dedicate one of them to this, to how I've dealt with the narcissist and everything else like that. I think the narcissist, the topic of it, or the concept of it, is very interesting to me, and I have more questions than answers. So we're gonna be playing with it a little bit. Like questions like, does a narcissist know that they're a narcissist? And who can classify a person a narcissist? Feel me? Because it seems like a narcissist is a professional liar. It seems like a narcissist is somebody. A narcissist can point the finger at somebody else. If I was a narcissist, right, and I didn't know that I was a narcissist, get the fuck out of here. Because it seems like, from what I'm reading, a narcissist sees everything that they do. There's nothing wrong with it. So, oh man, these bees ain't giving me option. So if I was a narcissist, right, and I'm pointing a finger at somebody else and telling that person that they're a narcissist, but yet I do not know that I'm a narcissist, how does that work? You feel me? And why would other people who I think are narcissists call me a narcissist? You feel me? That's what led me into that. How can a person who's blatantly a narcissist, you feel me? Because narcissists always recruit other people to do their bid for them. You feel me? That's what they call, quote unquote, flying monkeys. And everybody knows that I like to be by myself. I'm a solo kind of individual, you feel me? I don't like too many people in my business and everything else like that. Even doing this YouTube page and everything else like that, I only did it just to just to use YouTube as a cloud where I can keep my recording on the video. Because eventually, after a while, my device get folded up and I have to delete the video. So I started using this YouTube thing. Regardless, even if I was using YouTube, or even if I wasn't using YouTube, even my device itself has been tapped. You feel me? So people was going to hear the message regardless, because they was doing the same thing in New York City. They was hearing the message regardless without the YouTube. You feel me? Then when I came to Cali, they was telling people that I was making stuff up, that this is my first time actually recording. Then they didn't know that Google actually you can use Google as a backup, and that's when I started dropping. I went on my Google account. Come to find out, Google actually recorded and back up my videos by mistake. Not all of it, some of it. So that's when I dropped the throwback videos. You feel me? Things like advertisement, and I was talking about how people advertise, and I was also talking about highlight. Highlight in your a certain part of your life is a highlight. You feel me? The highlight in a moment in your history. I was talking about all these things like what in 2017, 2018. You feel me? So it's like the lies keep going on. So I'm like, damn, either they know that they're narcissists and they just disregard it, you feel me? Or they do not know that they're narcissists, because that's what they calling me. Or they just trying to gaslight it. You see, learning all these things, I realized that I was dealing with a narcissist. But then how can somebody believe that I'm a narcissist if I don't fit the description? Then I also realized that they was pinning things on me that would make me look like a narcissist. And having me, they will give you, they was gaslighting me for me to accept certain traits about me that was not true. That's why you gotta be honest with yourself, man. It's very, very important, because a person can be gaslighting you to have you think in a certain way when you're not. But it sounds so good and it sounds so appealing that you might say yes to it, and you don't know who you actually influencing in that process. I know it sounds complicated because I haven't got my hand. The description itself, the whole concept of gaslighting is very new to me. So it's going to sound a little patchy here, patchy there in the conversations, because it's not comfortable yet for me to speak about, because I don't know much about it yet. So I'm only sharing what I know in the moment in time, but it's very interesting to me. I'm delighted to even know about it. So it's exciting right now, just having something that I can call information itself. I don't know why this man is making all that noise. When you start telling the truth, trust me, they hate on you. The only way I can think of it, right? Imagine this. Think about this. If I was making a fool out of myself, they will allow it to happen, and they will laugh about it, and it will fit the description or the agenda of what I am. But since I'm telling the truth, they have to block out that noise. They have to make noise to block out what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? So if it was a lie, if it was a lie, they will allow it to happen. If I was a fool, they will allow me to be a fool. Like, don't say nothing. Let me make a fool out of himself. Feel me? Because it benefits them. But since it's the truth, they always will try to do the most that they can to make sure that people even don't get to hear me. Because you can't deny this. These people are narcissists. You feel me? That's why they keep telling lies. That's why they always recruit people. That's why they always got to convince people. That's why they always got to form a group against a person. You feel me? You think a narcissist hates you, but they don't really hate you. They just want to be the dominant figure. They just want to be right. You feel me? They just want to paint the picture as like they want to look good in the public eye. You have to understand these things. I'm learning, man. I'm excited to always learn. I'm also talking more about a sociopath, a psychopath. I told you an antisocial. Antisocial happen to be the dangerous one out of all of them. Amazingly, from what I'm learning. So, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to talk about the things that I went through today. It doesn't really matter, honestly. Because when people try that hard, it seems like they want me to talk about them. I'm learning that about narcissists. So they put you through a lot of trials and tribulation and try to anger you and aggravate you so you can complain. So they can be like, you see, I told you he was crazy. You see, I told you he always complained. Like things happen to him and he jump on camera and start talking and telling people and start going on social media and telling people. So you got to be very careful about falling into the trap of what they want you to say and the things that you actually want to talk about. And what I want to talk about right now is the traits of a narcissist and how you need to spot them and how you can conduct yourself so you don't fall into the trap of a narcissist. Yo, hold on, let me fix my car. Let me pop my car. Last night I had a dream I popped me a nugget. Look. Dividends. You feel me? So you don't fall into the trap of what they want you to do because they want to control the narrative. They always feel entitled to you. You feel me? Entitlement is a big issue. I already dropped videos about entitlement. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Let the noise pass. Let the noise pass. Let the noise pass. Let the noise pass. A narcissist always will try to destroy you to the point of no return. They don't want nobody else to want you. If they can't have you, nobody else can have you. If you compliment somebody else or you don't compliment them, they get very mad. Why? Because they have to be the center of attention. You feel me? These are the things I was going through. I just couldn't put a name on it. Like, you feel me? It's exciting to know. You dig? It's amazing that they gave me the answer by calling me that. And me being me, I didn't accept it. And I wanted to really know. My whole objective was to be, I was like, how can it be? You feel me? Because I wanted to know if I'm really that person, then what can I do to change that about myself? Because it happens to be a problem. You feel me? So I started learning about it. If you call me something, I got to learn about it. I'm like, you know what? Let me figure it out. Let me see this thing that they calling me. And if I can change it, if it's a bad thing, then I would like to change it. If they call me godly, then I wouldn't want to change it because that's a good thing. But if you call me something like a narcissist and everybody just use it freely, I'm like, okay, what is really a narcissist? I want to use a word that I really don't know about. And I found out that there's so much traits to it. It's very hard. It's like so many things. It's like a lot of components to narcissists. It's ridiculous. I'm like, damn, any one of us can have a component or a trait of a narcissist at any given time. But these narcissists, they work and operate uniformly with all these traits. You feel me? A narcissist is always the center of attention. They always got to have the center of attention. They need to feel like the hero. You feel me? The narcissist, something bad can happen. They will, that shit is crazy. Somebody can die. And that person was getting all the attention. A narcissist will be mad that dead person is getting all the attention. And will try to find something negative to say about that dead person so that the attention can come back to them. And that's the same thing with somebody going through sorrow. That's the same thing with somebody going through pain and everything else. Man, that's nothing, man. Man, that nigga always bitching. That nigga Jeffrey, he always crying, man. I've been through worse, man. You don't know what I've been through. Like a narcissist, it doesn't even mean, even if it means degrading, they want that attention regardless. They want to feel important. They have to grab that attention. That's why they hated me so much, because people actually gravitated to me. You have to understand, man, when your light is that bright, right, you are going to attract people like that. And narcissists just a few. You also going to attract sociopaths and psychopaths and everything else like that. Because most of these people they have an entitlement to people's attention. That's why I always tell you guys, be careful who you give your attention to. Your attention is your currency. You feel me? Pay attention, you know what I mean? Let me go back in, man. You have to pay attention. I got 10 minutes, so we're going to walk very slowly. Slowly. See? I try not to talk about my problems too much, and I don't want to feel like people owe me anything. And as a man, I always feel like I should be the one who needs to take care of these things. But when people are forcing your hands and everything else, that's what a narcissist does. You feel me? That's what a narcissist set up the problems for you to complain about. So when you complain about it, they point it out. You see, I told you he was gonna do this and do this. You feel me? That's niggas be acting like that, and then this and they go out there crying like bitches and shit like that. You feel? Narcissists always try to create a scenario where they told everybody this is what is going to happen, and they get a delightment out of it when it actually do happen the way they told other people that it's going to happen. So people can be more reliant upon them, so they can come to them as somebody who's like an antichrist is going to be a narcissist. I swear to God. The next antichrist is going to be a narcissist. Remember, I coach y'all niggas on the quote me on that. Quote me, nigga. Feel me? So I've been dealing with a narcissist all this time and I didn't even know. It doesn't necessarily mean a group of people. It could be people, friends, family, individuals that I have no idea of, strangers and everything else like that. They all operating in that sense of narcissists. You feel me? They are who they are. You feel me? Because this is what I'm attracting, because this is what my light is so bright, man. People gravitate to me easily. A narcissist will always try to turn these people away from you. If somebody was to see me and take a liking to me, a narcissist would come around the corner. Don't do it. He's not. He's da-da-da, da-da-da, and try to influence that person to look the other way. And if that don't work, if the words don't work, that's why most domestic violence are created by narcissists. Because they always want to control the situation. And when the words do not work, or the intimidation do not work, or the manipulation does not work, they always use violence. You see it for yourself. You see a few punches to the face, not miss nothing. But you see the abuse in society itself. You see the surroundings when this situation occur, how they try to intimidate and abuse people and stalk people and start, following people home and all that bullshit. That's what they do. That's a narcissist, you feel me? Because they got to use force now to push ahead their agenda. And they've already got the flying monkeys. Flying monkeys are just individuals that they've convinced that believe in the same thing that they believe in, just to push their agenda forward. So all this time I was dealing with a narcissist and I didn't even know. You can have a community full of narcissists. It's according to the leader that they follow. Remember, narcissists are not born. It's a trait that is learned. So if you have a leader who leads you in any form or shape, you are more likely to take on these traits, and you are more, if they raise you, especially if they raise you, you are more likely to take on these traits. So a lot of people took on these traits, raised their kids took on that trait. You understand you understand what's going on? So they took on these traits without even knowing. You have a whole community of people who are taking on these traits. You feel me? I'm not here to expose them. I'm just here to tell my own story. That's all. Ain't got nothing to do with them. I'm just telling them. And a victim of narcissists always seem like they're the jealous one and they complaining too much. And I seen that I even made that judgment upon them until I realized, oh, I am them. Imagine that. But I'm about to go to work right now. Hold on. Let's see the time. I'm not trying to be too fast with it. Yeah, I got 5 more minutes.
Yeah, not anymore, that's for sure.
Feel me? So now I'm about to go in. I know they tried again. They tried, they tried. They tired trying. Try to tie me to try to tie me. From Thai food. Nah, let me stop. Anyway, it doesn't matter how many trees y'all cut down, it's not gonna work. This is a narcissist, right? Those are narcissists. They try to intimidate you on your way in. Trying to discourage you in so many other ways. Who's this? Let me stop. Inside. Let me go back in.